You thought Toto Wolff had moved on, that after Hamilton left Mercedes, the story ended there, that their bond built on 7 world titles was now just a memory. But what if I told you, Toto just stepped in again, not as a boss, but as a believer. When the world saw a broken Lewis in Hungary, Toto saw something else. He's the GOAT. He'll always be the GOAT. He's not done. He has unfinished business. And here's the twist. Wolff isn't just defending Lewis out of loyalty. He sees a strategic opening. Because next year, everything changes. Smaller cars, new engines, 50-50 hybrid balance, more agile, more dynamic, more driver-focused. That's absolutely on for Lewis. He should not go anywhere. And you know what? He might be right. This shift in F1, it might finally give Lewis the tool he's been missing since 2021. Let's go back to Hungary. Q2, Hamilton out. P12, Leclerc, pole, in the same car, Hamilton to Sky Sports. I'm useless, absolutely useless. They probably need to change driver. Post-race, no gains, stuck, trapped, emotionally done. When asked if he'd be back after the summer break, he said, "Hopefully I will be back." That's the closest Lewis has come to questioning his own future in F1. The fans heard it, the media jumped on it, and suddenly the retirement rumors exploded. But Toto, he wasn't buying it. That's Lewis wearing his heart on his sleeve. We've seen it before. He beats himself up, but he always bounces back. Let's zoom out. Hamilton isn't fighting just for points. He's chasing something bigger, that 8th title, the one that was ripped away in 2021, the one that still burns in his legacy. Toto knows it. You know it. Hamilton knows it. And with 2026 coming, new rules, new philosophy, new car language, this could be the perfect storm. If Ferrari adapts well, if the car gives him confidence, if the feedback matches his instincts, Hamilton could go from P12 in Hungary to legendary redemption in 2026. But here's the raw truth. It's not just about the car. Lewis is battling something deeper. There's a lot going on in the background that's not great. That's what he said, and you can feel it. The silence, the self-blame, the loss of rhythm, the missing smile. Brundle called it painful to observe. Damon Hill questioned if he still had it in him. And even Hamilton, just for a second, let doubt creep in. This isn't a slump. It's a psychological war. But that's exactly what makes this chapter so powerful. Lewis Hamilton isn't just a driver. He's a builder of dynasties. He rebuilt Mercedes. He's trying to rewrite Ferrari. And now he's staring at the hardest mission of his life. Prove to the world that even at 40, even in red, even at rock bottom, the greatest can still rise. He's not done, because legacy doesn't stop at titles. It's built in the struggle, in the fight, in the resistance to give in when everyone else would. But let's be real, none of this is guaranteed. Toto himself said, if the car gives him what he wants, then yes. But if not, then no. Hamilton's future depends on more than motivation. It depends on Ferrari, on feedback, on confidence, on the synergy between man and machine. And if that doesn't come, this might be the toughest goodbye F1 has ever witnessed. So the question is, will Ferrari give Lewis the car he needs before it's too late? Or will the greatest of all time be forced to walk away without the ending he deserves? You thought the worst was over, that Lewis Hamilton had faced the storm, that things couldn't get more painful than Baku, Spa, or Imola. But what if I told you, Budapest was the lowest point yet? Because for the first time in years, even Martin Brundle couldn't hide it. It's painful to observe this great champion in so much strife. That's not a rival talking. That's one of Hamilton's loudest supporters. And yet, there's a flicker of hope buried in the ashes. After one of the darkest weekends of his career, Lewis Hamilton sat down with the team and said something different. The summer break will be a chance to reset, to re-energize, It might sound small, but for a driver who called himself useless just hours earlier, that change of tone could mean everything. Let's talk facts. Qualifying. Hamilton out in Q2, P12, missed Q3 by 0.016 seconds. His teammate, pole position, the race, no progress, stuck in traffic, finished 12th, exactly where he started. No fight, no rhythm, no points. Radio silence post-race. Hamilton stayed in the car, alone, longer than usual, visibly defeated. FIA hearing, he didn't even show up, chose not to contest Verstappen's move at turn 4, a move Brundle himself called ambitious. The words, "I'm useless." They probably need to change driver. There's a lot going on in the background that is not great. These aren't just bad days. This is emotional freefall. And it's not just about Hungary. This was supposed to be his track. 8-time winner at the Hungaroring, a place that used to feel like home. Now, it's a haunted house. And across the season, Hamilton is scoreless while Leclerc has 5 podiums. He's trailing in every metric. And for the first time ever in red, he's lost the psychological high ground. A year ago, we were talking about what if Lewis wins with Ferrari? Now we're asking, can he survive 2 more years like this? This isn't just technical. Brundle nailed it. He's clearly in a difficult place personally. Hamilton isn't losing pace. He's losing belief. And the hardest part? He knows it. That post-race silence, that choice to avoid the stewards, that long pause in the car, it's a man torn between his identity and his reality. But this is where legends are made, because Hamilton's story was never just about domination. It's about reinvention. From McLaren's prodigy to Mercedes' king to Ferrari's disruptor. He didn't come to Maranello to cruise. He came to change the system, to prove that a champion can bring fire to a frozen empire. And maybe the pain we're seeing right now is the price of that transformation. But let's be honest, even Brundle questioned it. I simply can't see him enduring 2 more seasons at Ferrari like this. The pressure, the expectations, the weight of legacy at 40 years old, and the brutal truth? Ferrari isn't known for patience, and Formula One isn't known for fairy tale endings. This isn't just about pace, it's about survival. So the question is, will this summer break spark the comeback we've been waiting for? Or is Budapest the first crack in the final chapter of Lewis Hamilton's Formula One story? You thought the real tension at Ferrari would be between the drivers. Leclerc versus Hamilton, quiet versus legendary, stability versus revolution. But what if I told you Leclerc just did the opposite of what everyone expected? After Lewis Hamilton publicly told Ferrari to replace him, Charles didn't throw shade. He didn't smile. He didn't take the bait. He backed him 100%, and that might change everything, because for the first time in a long time, Ferrari might have unity at the top. 2 drivers, different generations, fighting the same war. Make Ferrari great again. Leclerc said, "We're one team." It was a tough weekend for Lewis, but it's a one-off. I'm sure the second half of the season will be more positive. Think about that. No ego, no passive-aggressive shots, just respect and belief. Let's break it down. Hungarian GP qualifying. Leclerc pulls a miracle pole, out-qualifies Piastri by just 0.026 seconds. Hamilton out in quarter 2. P12, beaten by 0.016 seconds. Grand Prix start, Hamilton loses 2 places off the line, stuck in DRS traffic. No overtakes, finishes P12, exact same position. Post-race, "I'm useless. They should probably change driver. Hopefully I'll be back." He didn't sound like the 7-time world champion. He sounded like someone breaking. And while the headlines exploded with words like retirement and collapse, Charles Leclerc stood still. "I want us both to be successful. This was just a bad weekend. It happens. We'll bounce back." Here's why this matters. Hamilton's 42 points behind Leclerc. They're 5th and 6th in the standings. And after 12 races, only one of them has been on the podium. This isn't just about Hungary, it's about the tone of Ferrari's future. Because what could have been the start of a civil war might become something even more powerful. A two-pronged championship attack in 2026. But first, they've got to survive 2025 together. And for Lewis, that's not easy. He's a driver used to winning, not managing emotions, not dealing with structural chaos. Hungary wasn't his first emotional outburst this season, but it was the most raw. Even Ferrari team boss Fred Vasseur admitted he's frustrated, not demotivated. Sometimes drivers say things they don't mean right after jumping out of the car. We're all frustrated, but we're pushing in the same direction. It's not about performance anymore. It's about holding on to belief. And that's the thing with Hamilton. He didn't come to Ferrari to cruise. He didn't come for the merch sales. He came for war. He came for redemption. He came to rewrite a script left unfinished since Abu Dhabi 2021. And now he's at a crossroads. Fall into doubt or rise into legacy. And Charles, he might be the unexpected ally Hamilton needs. Imagine this, the silent assassin and the wounded legend. Two different styles, one mission. Make Ferrari champions again, together. But it won't be easy. There's tension, there's pressure, there's history. If Hamilton keeps struggling, will Leclerc still defend him? If Leclerc keeps outperforming, will Hamilton keep believing? And if Ferrari keeps failing, will either of them even stay for 2027? As Vasseur said, one moment, one microphone, one bad result, and everything explodes. That's the Ferrari pressure cooker, and both drivers are feeling it. So here's the question. Is this the moment they break apart or finally come together? Will Leclerc and Hamilton write the greatest comeback story in F1 history, or will this be the last time we see them on the same page? Tell us, hardcore Hamilton fans, did Charles earn your respect with that response? Can you see him and Lewis actually pushing Ferrari to glory, side by side? Drop your take in the comments. Smash the like if you still believe in this red redemption arc. Share this with anyone who thinks Hamilton is already finished. And subscribe. We've got more drama coming after the summer break. Because if Hungary was the collapse, Zandvoort might be the rebirth.